Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hang on to your hats because it's finals time at the 2014 Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo. Today we bring you part 2 of the Oz Rodeo Finals coverage from Australia's premier rodeo, and judging by the standards set over the first 2 days of competition, today's finals are going to be something special. Before we get into the day's main event, let's take a look at the next generation of cowboys and cowgirls at the Mount Isa Rodeo School.
This is a new initiative this year on behalf of the Mount Isa Rotary Committee and also, of course, the Rodeo Committee itself to introduce a rodeo school for 2 days. They've got bull riding and saddle bronc riding featured this year. It's just great to see that these kids are getting a free shot for learning the basics in bull riding today by 2 of our greatest champions.
Now put your hand in there, and like I said, see where this is here? See where this is here? That's about where you want to sit your rope, just about there.
We can tell them how to do everything. We can't teach them attitude, we can't teach them commitment or dedication. It really comes back down to them guys and how hard they want to put in and become good bull riders.
The school itself gives young riders the chance to learn from some of the best in the business, and it's this unique opportunity which gives the students an edge. The next generation of rodeo athletes are in great hands.
The bulls are really good bulls. I wasn't expecting them to be that good. Yeah, they're like proper bulls. And I was really happy with it. Learned a lot.
It was good to have it just before the rodeo, I think, just so we could actually remember everything they told us and what we had to do.
First up, in team roping, the finals this year had become a very tight affair at the top of the leaderboard. The top 3 placed teams were separated by just over a second. This year, victory was going to take something special. And that's exactly what the Mount Isa crowd got early in the finals competition, as Clancy Middleton and Brodie Moss laid down a marker for the rest of the competition with a scorching 7-second run. The pair recorded the fastest time of the entire competition on their way to the top of the finals leaderboard. Troy Clive and Mick Kidner were in second place after the first round of competition, and big things were expected from the Mackay duo.
All right, a pair of horns. Pair of feet, Mick Kidner, come on, you can do it! Oh.
But it wasn't to be for the 2 experienced cowboys, as their run fell apart to record a disappointing time, pushing their aggregate score to 21.35 and into second place. In the final run of the competition, Jesse Townsend and Grant Hanrahan looked to replicate the form that took them to the top of the leaderboard after round 1. The pair were quick out of the gates but struggled with the second roping to record a time of 15.2 and in the process crashed outside of the medals.
Well, we got a flag, we'll have to check it out.
That left Clancy Middleton and Brodie Moss atop the 2014 Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo team roping leaderboard. Their earlier run was enough to hold off the competition, handing the duo more than $1,100 in prize money apiece.
Yeah, well, it's always good to come to Mount Isa. It's the biggest one we got, and we've been fortunate enough to win it 2 years in a row now, especially today. We come from about 7th or 8th to come through, so it was a pretty good feeling to come from that far back and still be able to get it done.
The Ladies Barrels final was the most hotly contested competition in Mount Isa, with less than 1 second separating 1st and 10th coming into the finals. Rachel Little looked good throughout her run, setting a cracking pace around the course. Little was rewarded with a time of 17.397, making her run the fastest of the week and putting the competition on notice that it would take something special to come away with the Mount Isa Barrels title. Plenty of coaches will tell you it's all about the 1%ers in sport, and Nicole Fitzpatrick will be looking to find that extra 1% after what looked to be a terrific finals run. Fitzpatrick was unlucky not to go one better than Little after a sizzling run, but fell agonisingly short with a time of 17.616. That's just 0.2 of a second slower than the benchmark set by her rival. It was left to the only competitor to go under 17.8 seconds in the opening round to decide the competition, with Wendy Caban needing a time of 17.55 seconds or better to take top spot. Riding her horse Spider, Caban was strong throughout her run, hitting her marks on all 3 barrels. In yet another tight finish, Caban's time of 17.545 proved to be good enough to take the title by the barest of margins, a mere 0.07 of a second. Caban paid tribute to her horse after being awarded the top prize, which saw her take away her share of more than $15,000 in prize money.
Yeah, I seem to do really well on this run, so I keep coming back because it's worth a bit of money to me, yeah. and it's good to have good competition though. But I back my horse no matter what, so more the merrier.
All right, Shane.
Over to the steer wrestling final now, with Matt Headland looking to continue his form from the opening round,
Come on, Mount Isa, here it goes.
which saw him register a time of 5.65 seconds to sit in first place after his opening run. Champion cowboy Shane Kenny got off to a great start in his final run and would have expected to register a competitive time, but ran into some trouble getting his steer to turn. Kenny's time of 7.5 seconds was well off the pace, stunned the big crowd, and blew the competition wide open. Kenny's fall must have thrown the competition though, as Andrew Jensen then missed his mark and failed to register a time, in the process sustaining some damage to both his body and his ego. It was left to the final run of the event to decide the overall winner, with Matt Headland needing to only go under 8 seconds to win the steer wrestling title.
Boy slides up, gets himself a catch, bring him down, lay him down. You got 8 seconds to do it. Yes, sir.
With a time of 6.3 seconds and the second fastest ride of the day, Matt Headland was crowned the 2014 Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo Steer Wrestling Champion. It was Headland's first time in Mount Isa dealing with the long shoot lanes, and he paid tribute to the standard of facility on offer at Mount Isa and the speed with which the competition attacked their run.
Yeah, it's just a hard start, and you're just going as fast as you can out in the middle of an arena, and it's pretty dangerous. Like, you see, could easily come across in front of you, going out there that quick, and yeah, but no, it's good fun, so yeah.
It's time for the event the crowd has come to see, the 2014 Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo Open Bull Ride Final. It was shaping up as a battle between the top cowboys from the first round of competition and one of the toughest bullpens we've seen in recent history, which usually means there'll be plenty of thrills and spills for the packed Mount Isa crowd. First off the rank was Harry Bridges, taking on the bull they call Bad Thing. But it was over before it began for the Julia Creek cowboy, failing to register a time and handing the stock contractors an early win. After 78 points in the first round, Clancy Butler needed a big score against his bull El Toro Loco to be a chance of taking the top prize. Unfortunately for Butler, it was a case of El Toro Loco by name, El Toro Loco by nature, as Butler was thrown to the Mount Isa dirt by the impressive bull, and another win for the stock contractors.
Could have been, should have been, but it wasn't.
Next up was the man from Proserpine, Roy Dunn, taking on the Brandenburg bull they call Hot Rod. Dunn comes from a good stock line himself. His uncle Troy Dunn is a former world champion of the sport. It might not be too long before the young cowboy sees his name up in lights.
There's a night outside. Come on, Mount Isa, let's make a little bit of noise. A champion in the making.
As he became the first competitor in the final to hang on for the full 8 seconds so far with this incredible ride, and was rewarded with a soar 85.5 points, the highest of the entire weekend. The man who took place in the 2013 Mount Isa Open Bull Ride, Ryan Story, was up next, taking on the bull they know as Grasshopper. Story again found himself sitting in second place with a score of 82 points after round one, but looked confident that he could catch current leader Roy Dunn, needing 78 to move into first place. But it wasn't Story's day, as Grasshopper proved to be too much of a handful, putting on an impressive display and adding another point to the stock contractor's scorecard. The last rider to take on the might of the Mount Isa bullpen and try and catch Dunn was Atherton cowboy Cody Teese. Teese survived a tough test in the opening round when his bull laid down in the chute, but recovered well to register a score of 84 points to take the lead in the finals. The cowboy from Atherton required a 75-point ride to clinch the Mount Isa title, which was going to be a tough ask, judging by the current form from the bullpen. Unfortunately for Teese, the bull firecracker got the better of him, sending him crashing out of the competition and handing Roy Dunn the coveted 2014 Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo Open Bull Ride title. Dunn was the only rider in the final to make the full 8-second count, and as a result walked away with almost $5,000 in prize money. However, it wasn't the money that Dunn was chasing. He says winning in Mount Isa was what really mattered.
I've always liked setting the score high and watching everyone try and catch me, so it worked out good. it's a growing sport in our country, and the best I think I can do is just be an ambassador for younger people and you know, just keep doing what I can do best and riding bulls.
That will just about do us for this year at the Mount Isa Mines Rotary Rodeo. After what has been a fantastic competition, Mount Isa has shown why their event truly is the benchmark for rodeo in Australia. Thanks for watching Oz Rodeo, and see you next time. If you want to stay in touch with everything Oz Rodeo, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/Oz Rodeo for exclusive content and updates as we travel throughout Australian rodeo heartland.